I think the gene was used as a sort of genetic key, if you will, so that only their kind could operate certain dangerous or powerful technologies.
So some people have the same genes as these ancients.
The specific gene is very rare, but on the whole they look very much like we do. In fact, they were first. We're the second evolution of this form. The ancients having explored this galaxy for millions of years before. Major, please don't.
Come on, what are the odds of me having the same genes as these guys?
Quite slim, actually. Dr. Weir, don't move.
What is your overall evaluation of season 1?
I don't have an overall evaluation. I
No?
leave that to the critics.
Okay. Well, picture yourself as a critic.
Riveting, suspenseful. What are other words I use?
What is your favorite episode or a favorite scene or favorite moment from the first season?
From the first season, I would say one of the first. I should have this stuff at the tip of my tongue, and I don't, because it's all a lot of mush in my head. I would say, you know, I don't really look at it in moments, but in terms of episodes, I would say that my favorite episode, as I told them, was Defiant One. And my least favorite was 38 Minutes because I had a bug stuck on my neck.
That's what you told us.
And as far as moments go, I'm not really sure that I have the mental capacity to make that recall right now.
How did the cast gel over season 1?
Pretty quickly, yeah, real quickly. It's an easygoing group of people. We have a remarkably, functional group of people. It's unlike a lot of sets on other shows. You don't have temper tantrums, and
right,
freakouts, and stuff like
right.
that. It's an amazingly well balanced group of people.
The Siege Part 3.
Yeah.
Which is the opener to year 2.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about it from Major Sheppard's perspective. Now, obviously, you don't die because you're here.
I don't die.
You don't die.
Siege 3. You know, I haven't even seen the cut of Siege 3 yet.
Oh.
They haven't finished the VisFX.
Right.
And so I haven't watched it.
What about the director's
So
cut?
I can't give you a overall on that one. But it was mostly exciting just to get back into the show. I'm skeptical about 3-parters. I think 2-parters tend to work better. 3-parters tend to be a little difficult. But it's going to be good.
Tell us a little bit more about Epiphany. You mentioned a little bit of it today, for those who weren't there.
Yes, it's just a story idea that Brad and I came up with. And it's about it follows the kind of storylines, a little bit of Magnificent Seven.
Okay.
If you can picture that, essentially. That's effectively what we do. We go to a different planet, and there are a group of people there who are afraid to fight.
Okay.
These hideous monsters. And we have to get them to buck up and fight. And it turns out to be a process that will allow them to go to the next level of their... They're descendants of ancients.
Okay.
But they're not evolved ancients. So this actually helps them evolve to another level.
So these creatures, they are not wraith.
No.
This is a new foe.
No, well, yes. I don't want to give too much away on the show. But no, they're not wraith.
Okay.
So.
Sheppard and McKay's relationship, that's just mind-blowing for year 1. The amount of stuff that you guys did. Is there anything to look forward to in season 2?
Sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Can you give us an example?
Well, I think you'll still have that McKay-Sheppard banter.
The banter.
Which really is along the lines... The idea that I had after a few episodes was Bob Hope and Bing Crosby on the road. All those road shows were very funny. So why don't we have the road show in space?
About the Odd Couple?
Yeah, we just get ourselves into trouble all the time, and we have to kind of like maybe dance and sing our way out of it. And that's effectively what a few of the episodes are. So you'll see that a little bit.
Okay.
And then you'll see also a couple more serious moments between the two of us. We're shooting something like that right now.
Okay.
And,
okay, good.
Yeah.
Tell us about the new dynamic that Colonel Caldwell will introduce.
He will be the voice of Big Brother.
The Pentagon.
Yes.
Okay.
And his interests and my interests are sometimes similar and sometimes not.
Okay.
So that's a very interesting dynamic.
Along with Dr. Weir.
Along with Dr. Weir, because my loyalties are with her, and yet I find myself at odds with her sometimes, and in an uncomfortable alliance with him. So,
tell us a little bit about Jason Momoa and the new dynamic that he's adding to the show, and also Sheppard's relationship with Ronan Dex.
Well, I've only really shot one episode with Jason, and I was involved in reading these guys down in Los Angeles.
Oh, really?
And yeah, so I thought he was definitely the best choice, and it was one of the few times that I give my 2 cents. Sometimes in casting, and usually they say, "Oh, thanks, Joe."
Thanks a lot.
I end up not casting at all. But in this case, we won out, and he was, I thought, absolutely the right character. And he's been a lot of fun to work with, and I think he plays the part perfectly. I did his first episode. We don't really have any material together in this episode we're shooting now, but the following episode we do. And the dynamic is that I think I said it to you guys on set, yes, that he's my Chewbacca.
Oh, I missed that
and
part.
And I said he's going to get pissed off when he finds out I said
that. He's not a small man, is he?
No, he's not a small man.
It reminds me of Michael Dorn, and Michael Dorn had such a huge presence.
He's got a presence, and he's big. So, stay on the good side.
GateWorld reader Lisa would like to know how you enjoyed your first solo performance in front of fans today. Solo talk.
Oh, I guess it was my first solo experience. It was great. I loved it.
You had fun?
I loved talking to all those people and hearing from them. And they give, quite a bit by supporting the show, and it's nice to give something back. So, I like interacting. I really do. I'm a social person, so I'm not a recluse.
Were you surprised by anything the fans said? Brought up your ears, and all this?
No, I thought they were remarkably playful. So that was nice. They had a sense of humor.
As he pulls on his ear, you notice that.
Great.
Mariah would like to know, do you read your fan mail?
I actually do read my fan mail. I have been remarkably slow in responding to it, and it's not my fault.
But you respond.
It's the fault of the studio. It's not giving me pictures. I have no pictures.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like those boxes of those out there?
I saw today that I was autographing. I was like, God, I'd like some of these. I could actually get my fan mail done. So it's been building up, and I need some photos. I need to get it together. So I do read them, and I plan on getting all that stuff done. They have to get me those photos, and they keep saying they're going to.
God forbid if Season 2 is the last year, which it won't be, not with these ratings. Where would you like to see this character go?
If Season 2 were its last...
if you had to get all of his swan songs out of the way.
Don't even think that way. But if I had to... I think I'd like to see him... I'd like to see him return to Earth and reconcile his place in the military and with some of the backstory
that
we're going to discover. Well, I didn't explain that today. I don't mean to make reference to today for those who don't know what happened today. But I was talking to an audience, and they asked me about a show called Epiphany that we discussed earlier. In Epiphany, there will be some discussion of backstory about my experiences in Afghanistan.
Flashbacks.
Yes, flashbacks. And those flashbacks will be critical to understanding some other things down the road. So I would like to see the story go back to Earth and let him reconcile those issues and so forth.
Good.
So,
any final things you'd like to say to your fans?
Find a really hot alien priest.
Any final thoughts to your fans who are going to be watching you for all these years to come?
I just am very grateful for the support, and I'm very grateful to everybody watching the show. Get more people to watch the show. And I really believe in the show. I really do. And I was saying to a few people that I believe in the show because it's an increasingly divided world. We've got a show that young people can watch and old people can watch. People from all over the world watch this show. And I think that's a very hard thing to accomplish, and I'm proud of it in that regard. So,
thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Joe signs on the floor. It is a legacy in the making.
That's the first time I've signed anything on the floor.